Erik ten Hag insists on the reunion of Van der Beek at Manchester United. It will be remembered that Erik ten Hag was with Van der Beek at Ajax. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you, you can definitely get it straight, live, loud and clear, right here at United Diehards. It's United Diehards for you. And if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that notification bell, as we're going to be digging much deeper into Erik ten Hag's appointment and everything, why he's insisting on Van der Beek, why he wants Van der Beek to come and to come back to Manchester United, and while he is at Manchester United, he also wants him to be part of Manchester United. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you, you can definitely get it straight, live, loud and clear, right here at United Diehards. So, as we already told you, Manchester United, the Manchester United signing Erik ten Hag, who agreed to this deal. Erik ten Hag agreed to this deal, and it is definitely by now everybody knows that he is the right man for the job, because he has won trophies at Manchester, not at Manchester, at Ajax, and he has come out and has come out and said, at first it was a verbal agreement between Manchester United and it was a verbal agreement between Manchester United and Erik ten Hag, but it's no longer a verbal agreement. It's an agreement that has been put to paper. It's an agreement that has been put to paper. So, what do you think about this? What do you think about Erik ten Hag's decision? Because he has said he definitely needs this big man who was loaned to Everton. Manchester United was loaned this gentleman to Everton because of a lack of... He didn't play quite a lot, and the reason as to why he didn't play, it's because there's a lot and tight competition. And we're going to be digging deep into all that here at United Diehards. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you, you can definitely get it live, loud and clear here at United Diehards. As we are going to be seeing the possible signings for Manchester United in this transfer window, we're going to be looking at everything, everybody that is going to be signed, and everybody that Manchester United needs, and what conditions Manchester United has put on Erik ten Hag, and Erik ten Hag's conditions for Manchester United. Make it a point to subscribe so that you do not miss out on this. So, as we want to dig deeper into this, we want to have a conversation between us, between me and you. I want to have a conversation between me and you, so that definitely about Ronnie van der Beek, how he was playing, and why do you think Erik ten Hag definitely needs him at this club? Why do you think Erik ten Hag needs so Van der Beek? The signing of Van der Beek. Van der Beek came to Manchester United at a transfer cost of it was a transfer cost of £40 million from Ajax, and we probably thought it's going to be a very good move for Manchester United. But most of the time, Van der Beek, most of the time Van der Beek was always on the bench. He didn't have enough gameplay, and was very disgusted with this, because, and when you put to comparison why the reason as to why he was always on the bench, it was said, and basically they were better players. But Erik ten Hag has come out and confirmed and said it's not the fact that there are many players at Manchester United who are better than Van der Beek. Van der Beek is an excellent player, and during his we couldn't come out and say he's not a good player, because he has proved, Van der Beek proved us when he was at Ajax. Only that results did not come the way we expected them, because when Van der Beek came to Manchester United, he was given very few minutes. He didn't play. He didn't play for quite a long period of time, and this was very disgusting. When any football player is benched, obviously they do not like it. And not playing for a long period of time, just like as he didn't play at Manchester United, was something that didn't go on well with him. And Erik ten Hag has come out and said Van der Beek is one of the best Manchester United players, one of the best players in the Premier League at the moment. It will be remembered that Ronnie van der Beek was a Ballon d'Or nominee when he was at Ajax. He scored quite many goals while he was at Ajax. His performance was quite good. And remembering his role at Ajax and his role at Manchester United, so they are totally different, because his role at Manchester United, when we see Van der Beek's role at Manchester United and definitely his role at Ajax, they are two different. They were two different roles, because he was a midfielder. Van der Beek was a midfielder at both parties, at both clubs. He was a midfielder. But it will be remembered that when Van der Beek was at Ajax, he was playing as an attacking midfielder. Whereas when he was at Manchester United, he was playing as a defensive midfielder. He didn't get the chance of getting into the game very well and scoring as many goals as he wished. He was not at the maximum. He was not playing as much as he wanted. And when the managers were asked, the United managers were asked, they said Van der Beek was not a bad player, but they also said it's only because there were better players at Manchester United, better than him, and that's why he was not playing. But Erik ten Hag came and said this is definitely not the case, because Erik ten Hag said one of the fundamental players at Ajax whom helped Ajax to get to the position where it is, and the legacy he left at Ajax, he was a hero. He played quite well. And it will be remembered that Manchester United's players, many of them are not as disciplined as he is, and that's possibly one of the reasons as to why he wants to bring him back. And he says he's a very big talent. Leaving alone the discipline, Ronnie van der Beek is a very big talent, and he's capable of doing as much. Looking at the midfield, United's midfield is not the best. Is not the best at the moment. It's not the best at the moment, and looking at Erik ten Hag and his adventure and what he's capable of doing, and what also people have said about him and his mode of play. It's believed that Erik ten Hag's mode of play is much different from what is played in the English Premier League. And when some people were comparing him to David Moyes, but David Moyes also came out and said it's not his mode of play. Moyes said he's just because of the mode of play, because the mode of play is a lot different. He is also looking forward to see whether his mode of play is going to be injected into Manchester United, and if it's done quite well, that will be a great thing to do. We also have to understand that Ajax is not as big as a big team as Manchester United, so he could have many challenges here and there. But also Manchester United also need to understand that Ronnie van der Beek was not given as much time to play as he deserved, because the few times he came on the pitch, he played a little bit well, but he was not given play time, was not given enough play time. And right now that the big man Erik ten Hag wants a reconciliation between him and Van der Beek. We cannot say no. We have to wait and see what is definitely going to happen. Also, United managers and not managers but the owners of the club also need to understand that football managers need time to build up. And the thing of buying big players, players like like Cristiano Ronaldo. He's a good player. I'm not saying Cristiano Ronaldo is not a good player. Undoubtedly, he's one of the best players, Cristiano Ronaldo. Players like Paul Pogba, no problem. They are good players, nice players. Cristiano Ronaldo is a good player. And also, Paul Pogba is a very nice player, one of the best players Manchester United has ever had. And also Edinson Cavani is also a very good player. And then some of the players they sold and the ones that have been taken, United managers, not managers, United owners also need to understand, and the managers around them need to understand that they need to build a team from almost scratch. It's of no use spending a lot of money. Manchester United has spent 1.1 billion on transfers on this club, and there is nothing that has come. There's nothing positive that has come. It's spent close, actually, as per now, when you include Erik Ten Hag, it's more than that. More than 100.1 billion on transfers and things. United need to understand that they need to build a team. United need to build a team based on things like United need to build a team based on these young players. There is no need of bringing players who are old and after a small time you're selling them. It might be an impact of making money. Maybe possibly you might be looking at making money. United might be looking at making as much money as they can, but also they need to understand we need trophies. United needs trophies. At the end of the day, results. And if the top people are just saying all they need is money, bring in Cristiano Ronaldo, make shirt sales, and that is it, the people will not take it as easy as they think they will take it. It will not be easy for them. So what Manchester United needs to do, they need to build. United needs to build alongside players. Look at, let's say a club like Liverpool. A club like Liverpool, it has been built on players. Who knew Mohamed Salah? Nobody knew Mohamed Salah before he came to Liverpool. Yes, he was a good player, but he was not like what? He was not like Paul Pogba. He was not like Cristiano Ronaldo. He was not like Edinson Cavani. Who knew Sadio Mane before? Nobody. United needs to build on these small players. United shouldn't be built on very talented players. A club can be built from scratch. Very talented players are hard to manage. And I'm repeating that. Very talented players are hard to manage. And right about now, the fact that these players are obviously not interested anymore. That's the reason they can't be told. These players can't be told. That's one of the reasons as to why United is definitely losing much on this. Because such players who do not have much to play for, they don't have much to prove. But looking on these young players, there is always something these young players like. They want to be at a certain stage where they are not. And when a player is already at a stage where he's been, there is nothing much he wants to prove. That's why United doesn't need to buy those big players. Erik Ten Hag, we don't expect Erik Ten Hag to spend billions and billions on money on transfers. However, a lot has to be done on Manchester United, but with the right people, the right players. The defensive is horrible. Looking at Manchester United, it's just the honest truth is that the current manager, Ralph Rangnick, interim manager, is just going to hand over a broken Manchester United club to Erik Ten Hag. And Erik Ten Hag has much to do. Erik Ten Hag has much to do for a club like Manchester United. It's not going to be any easy for him because the club is all broken. The club is broken in two pieces. Anyway, he's insisted on bringing Ronnie van der Beek. Van der Beek is, we won't say he's not a good player. He's a good player. He's one of the best players. Let's wait and see. But we could have said, he was not good enough. He's not good enough. But the mere fact that, and I repeat, the mere fact that Ronnie van der Beek came from Ajax under the management of Erik ten Hag, and when he was at Ajax, he played good football. He played as best as he could. He was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. He scored as many goals as he could. Very disciplined player when he was still at Ajax. And when he came to Manchester United, things turned. No gameplay. Until when he was loaned to Everton. Right about now at Everton, it's not going on well for him, because at Everton, it will be noted that at Everton already might be, the chances of Everton going into relegation are very, very high. When he was contacted by Newcastle, it was definitely, when he was contacted by Newcastle, it was not the best. And Newcastle, at that moment in time, Van der Beek, I think he didn't have the interest to go to Newcastle. I said he was not interested in going into a relegation. But standing table is right now he's at Everton, and Everton is standards going into relegation, and Newcastle is because of the money and things. Newcastle is just in the, I think it's in the 9th position right now. Newcastle in the 9th position, moved from down to, and that also should give United, it should give United something to learn. That should give United something to learn, because Newcastle has not bought players. Newcastle has not bought as many players as it's not bought the best of players. They have the money, but they have not bought the best of players. No. What Newcastle has done is simple. Newcastle United is in the 9th position, and it was in relegation. It's not bought big players, it's just bought the relevant players. It's bought relevant players who have just in a very short period of time moved from relegation to the 9th position. What does that mean? What does that look like? And what does that teach to Manchester United? That means United shouldn't go for those big players. I repeat, United shouldn't go for the big players. United should be built on a strong foundation. When you have a weak foundation, but on top of the foundation you have a very big house, if you have a very big house on a weak foundation, that means the house won't last. And that is Manchester United. Manchester United is a big, massive house, very big house with a very weak foundation. The foundation must be strong, so that, and that is what United needs to do. Needs to build. The manager, Erik ten Hag, needs to be given time. Erik ten Hag needs to be given a lot of time, so that he can put the club to where it needs to be. I don't know whether you understand me. Because if Erik ten Hag comes and buys the club, it will be the same. Because looking at Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, looking at all the managers who have come and gone. Anyway, all these managers have, you can't tell me after the going of Sir Alex Ferguson, the chosen one, Moyes. When we look at Moyes, when we look at this interim manager who is just in, Ralph Rangnick, when you look at Jose Mourinho, when you look at other managers who have been, they are not bad managers at all. They are not bad managers at all. There is something wrong. There is something wrong with the top. Money business. United is a club. It's now a club. United is a club where the owners are just minding about making money, not making the club big, not making the club great as it was. They are just trying as much as they can to take the little there is. No, there is a lot of there's a lot of money at Manchester United. So let's hope the reunion of Erik ten Hag and Ronnie van der Beek is going to be the best, and it will keep us will keep you updated about what is going to take place, because Ronnie van der Beek and Erik ten Hag made wonders at Ajax, and he came out again and said Ajax is what it is partly because of Van der Beek, because he played very well while he was at reaching the fact that he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. That was something definitely that is we can say was very, very good. And if he comes and he thinks he's going to bring him back and he's going to perform as he used to, we have no problem. Me personally, I have no problem with Ronnie van der Beek. If United if United can be built on a strong foundation, like young players, these young players are always the best. United doesn't need, at this point in time, United doesn't need big names. No, United doesn't need big names. No. Look at Charlie, when the young lad in the under-23s, when he came on, he played quite well. Very nice football. Was running around very masculine, at a very tender age. Very, very good. Was playing as good, very good. Was playing very well. I like the way he was playing. And he just wants to prove a point, and that's what makes football. He wants to prove a point. There is a reason as to why he's playing. He wants to prove a point. So make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as we definitely tell you that everything you definitely need, you can get it here at United Diehards. And I will be bringing in more people on. We'll be interviewing more people, and if you feel you want to say something at United Diehards, we can also connect to you. Just link in the comment section. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, so that everything you definitely need, we'll be bringing to you all transfer rumors, everything that you definitely need. I'll read a little bit of the comments. Van der Beek will not do good in United next season. Same for De Jong. Somebody is saying Van der Beek won't do as much, but still, someone is saying Van der Beek won't do great at Manchester United, but we can't say he won't do good. The difference, I want to clarify this. Somebody is saying Van der Beek won't do good at Manchester United, but Van der Beek did very good, or very well, at Ajax, and he was under the mentorship, under the leadership, under the management of Erik ten Hag, who is currently the manager, who is going to be the manager. So this is definitely going to change. We can't say Van der Beek was a bad player, because one, he was not given enough time to play. Van der Beek was not given enough time to play. If he was given enough time to play and he played as rubbish as some of the United players have done, we would possibly be saying he's not good enough, but he was not given enough time to play. Van der Beek, I will remind you that there is Elias is saying United, Van der Beek is not good for United. I will remind you that Van der Beek, when he was still at Ajax, under the management of Erik ten Hag, he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and we didn't use that chance. Manchester United didn't use him to the maximum. United just didn't use him to the maximum. No, United didn't use him to the maximum. That's what I think. United didn't use him to the maximum, because when you look at the number of times he played very few minutes. Van der Beek played very, very few minutes, and still you can see when he was at Ajax, he scored 41 goals, made 175 appearances, and 90 in central midfield, 68 in attacking midfield, 14 defensive midfield, 1 wide left, and 2 in the final moments. He was a very brilliant player. He was a very brilliant player, I'm telling you. Ronnie van der Beek was a very nice player at Ajax. He played very well at Ajax. There's nothing that I don't think he was a bad player at Ajax. He was a very good player to the extent that he was nominated Ballon d'Or. That's the biggest where a player can be nominated. Still having the chat with Elias saying Ajax is different from Premier League. Our Premier League is more physical. Our best of players have failed bad in the Premier League before. I will agree with you. It's way different. Premier League is way different. But also look at this. Also, you also need to understand that Premier League is different from other clubs. But also, players come from those clubs and make it in the Premier League. Look at Mohamed Salah. Where was he from? Also, look at Sadio Mane. Where was he from? And there are United players. There are football players in the Premier League who go. Players in the Premier League also go, and they reach there, and football does not come as it. I don't know whether you understand what I say. But in the Premier League, players in the Premier League also move from the Premier League to other leagues, and football doesn't work out. But when a team is basically built on these big players only, most of the time it doesn't work out. And Ajax is different from Premier League. Premier League is more physical. Best of players have failed bad in Premier League before. That's true, but still, as I had told you, it can also be vice versa. Then if Van der Beek is kept, he needs a good support with him. De Jong is not the one. Thank you. There definitely Erik ten Hag has said he wants to come up with a combination of other players apart from players who are at Manchester United, because currently something has to be done. Trust me, something has to be done, because you can't tell me that all these managers have not been good enough. These managers have been okay. They have been okay. Something at the management up is definitely not doing well. These managers definitely need time. Manchester United needs to give Erik ten Hag as much time as they can. Look at Klopp. Jurgen Klopp, he did not come in as a good manager. No way. He didn't come as a good manager. No. But now, when we are talking about the best managers in the English Premier League, I think it will be unfair not to say his name. I don't think it will be any fair to say his name. No. So, don't forget to subscribe, and it's very good. It's been good having a chat with you. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, so that's everything we are bringing to you. Transfers, everything that you need to know about transfers. Erik ten Hag being the hot topic. Van der Beek now most likely going to come back. And we will make it a point to bring to you the hottest that you definitely need to understand as we're having right about. Let me see again what this gentleman is saying. Young players will succeed in Premier League because they have more time to learn and more succeeded while they play very young. That's very true. Young players, I agree with you on that, because young players, definitely young players who are still young, they always have something to show. Young players are always eager. Young players always want to show the world. They have a journey to move. But players who are old, who have already made it, they have nothing to prove. They know whether they are chased away from the club, they are going to join a very big club. But a young player knows that if he goes away from Manchester United, he's most probably are going to end up in a club like Leeds or something like that. I'm not saying Leeds is a bad club, but it's at a lower level than Manchester United. And let me see, Joseph is saying, hi Man United fans, wishing Erik ten Hag good luck as a new manager at Manchester United. Thank you. And that is Joseph Maidawa. Joseph Maidawa, thank you. He's wishing Erik ten Hag the best of times at Manchester United. So Erik ten Hag is expected to be appearing starting his job this coming month, and we are definitely also eager to bring to you everything that will be happening, and will probably and most likely be at the grounds. We will be at the pitch. We will be at Old Trafford to give you the latest live, as he will be at Manchester United. When his first game, we promise you we will be at Old Trafford so that we can unleash him right here at United Diehards. So make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you, you can definitely get it live, loud and clear, right here at United Diehards. Ronnie van der Beek, the reunion with Erik ten Hag could excite most of us, and we will not be shocked when these things definitely come to conclusion. Then somebody again saying, and that's Elias, United should avoid big names or they will fail bad. United has always built around youth development. After Ferguson, big name signings didn't succeed. That's very true. When Sir Alex Ferguson was in, Sir Alex Ferguson, I don't know why it's been very complicated. Thank you, Elias. I don't know why it's been complicated for Manchester United to figure out this. United, in the times of Sir Alex Ferguson, when United was one of the top clubs, or even now it's one of the top clubs, but there are no results. Sir Alex Ferguson built Manchester United on young players. Players like Rio Ferdinand were young players. They were young when they started the game, and they developed that heart of Manchester United. Players like Paul Scholes were young when they got to Manchester United, and they played as much as they can. They loved the game. They loved the club. So during that time, Manchester United was built on young talent, and the talent became experienced at Manchester United. Whereas right now, after that period of time, it became different. After that time, it became different. Signing big names didn't help. It didn't help at all. And we are suggesting that we no longer need big names. We need to build a club not based on experience, but based on young talent. So make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you, you can definitely get it live, loud and clear right at United Diehards. So if you've not yet subscribed, my friend, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell, as we have been telling you the reunion of Manchester United's incoming manager Erik ten Hag, who is about to start his job, and his former player at Ajax, and that was none other than Ronnie van der Beek, whom he has said is one of the best talents who has just left the club. I said Ronnie van der Beek is one of the biggest talents who's gone. And still saying about Sir Alex Ferguson to sign big names like Folland, Bates, Veron, superstars, but they didn't succeed. But Ferguson recruitment of young talent like the likes of Rooney, Ronaldo, Rio Ferdinand, and and the class of 98 succeeded. That's very true. Thank you. So make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you can definitely get it straight live, loud and clear right at United Diehards. The reunion is here. It's Ronnie van der Beek alongside none other than the United manager, the incoming manager, and I don't know what we will call him. We cannot call him the special one or the chosen one. Erik ten Hag. And Erik ten Hag is expected to do the magic just as he is doing the magic at the big club Ajax. Ajax is playing quite well and topping its league. Ajax is topping the league right about now. And when Erik ten Hag was asked about the game, the previous game with Arsenal, he said he's definitely not willing to say bad things against anyone. So he reserved his comments. Then. But looks also he also understands that things are definitely not going on, and going on well for Manchester United. The results are definitely not right. And looking at this reunion, going much deeper into the reunion, we definitely need to go deeper into the reunion. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be one of the best reunions at Manchester United. And if Ronnie van der Beek, because there is, looking deep into this, there is no reason as to why Ronnie van der Beek could stay at. There's nothing to play for at Everton, because Everton is going in relegation. Honestly, Everton is going in relegation because it's playing horrible. There are no good players at Everton, and if he is given enough time to come and play at Manchester United, things are definitely going to go on well for him. I look at Jesse Lingard. The way Lingard plays when he is away, very fantastic. Do you know why? Because he's given the time. He's definitely given the time. Okay. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that everything we bring to you can definitely get it live, loud and clear. It's been nice having a chat with you, my friends. And it's been Erik ten Hag reunion with none other than Ronnie van der Beek, one of the most talented football players right now in the English Premier League, though he was not given enough time play at Manchester United, and possibly if he comes to Manchester United under the management of Erik ten Hag, he could be given much more. But it will also be remembered that there is tight competition. There is tight competition for Manchester United at Manchester United. So even when he comes back, there could be tight competition for him with other players. We could be seeing big names sitting down, and when we dig deeper into how Sir Alex Ferguson was playing before, Sir Alex Ferguson had nothing like this is a big player, he has to start every game. No way. With Sir Alex Ferguson, when it was his time, when it was Sir Alex Ferguson's time, he always came out and said, Rooney, you're currently not on form, you're not playing. That was Sir Alex Ferguson. When it was in his time, you could tell Rio Ferdinand, you're not playing because you're off form. You're not playing because you're indisciplined. He could tell David Beckham. So, Erik ten Hag has a big job to do at Manchester United. United shouldn't sign players who think they are bigger than the club. And that's the biggest problem with big players. Not even big players, because there are no big players. They are big names. That's the problem with big names. Big names think they are bigger than the club, which is impossible. Because you're just going to play for a few years and you're gone. You're even finished with the club, and the club will move on. I don't think there is any player who is played at Manchester United who is bigger than the club. No way. And the club is going to be on when we are alive and when we're dead. We're going to leave the club on. We just need to protect the legacy until the next level, so that the next generation comes and finds the good legacy at Manchester United. But what type of legacy are we leaving? We don't want to leave a legacy where United is going to be relegated, and we probably think that will definitely not happen. And under the management of Erik ten Hag, we think it's going to be better for Manchester United, and we hope it's going to be the best at Manchester United. So make it a point to subscribe, ring that notification bell. As we have told you, it's been Ronnie van der Beek alongside one and only Erik ten Hag, the incoming manager, who will be taking the responsibility from Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick wrote a long list of the problems that Manchester United has, and in this long list, he rubbished almost all the players, because I said that he gives instructions on the pitch, he gives instructions on the game, and United players do not follow the instructions when they are playing. And it should be remembered that Ralf Rangnick is not a football manager, he's just a sporting director. And that's Ralf Rangnick, he's not a football manager. So in this short period of time that we've had him, that United has had him, definitely we are going to say thank you to you. Thank you for being at Manchester United. He was given an extension of 2 years to be under the consultants. He will be consulted where need be, but we presumably think that it's going to be the best for Manchester United. Having him is going to be good for Manchester United, having him, so that he can advise. And I had more people coming out and saying Manchester United should have left Ole. Ole should have remained at Manchester United and given much more time, but I think the time for him was definitely done. It's time for a new beginning. Erik ten Hag in the building. He's going to take over Manchester United, and we are excited about it. We're excited that Erik ten Hag is going to take over Manchester United. He's coming with new ideas, brilliant ideas. I want to take the club to the next level. Make it a point to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as we've been bringing to you the latest about the reunion of Erik ten Hag and Van der Beek. Thank you.